Who is the real Jane the Killer? The story begins with a girl named Jane Richardson. In the heart of Van Nuys, Los Angeles, Jane was living an ordinary life, the kind of life many dreamed of. She was the talk of the town, a beacon of success and happiness. She had a job she loved, friends who adored her, and a girlfriend who was the envy of many. Her parents, Paula and Bruce Richardson, were her pillars of strength, always there to support her. They were a close-knit family, the Richardsons, always seen laughing and enjoying life together. Jane was the epitome of the American dream, a future shimmering with promise. She was poised on the brink of a bright future, a life filled with love, success, and happiness. But in 2006, Jane's world was turned upside down. The year 2006 marked a tragic turning point in Jane's life. Jane Richardson, once the talk of the town, was plunged into a world of darkness when her beloved parents, Paula and Bruce Richardson, were brutally murdered. The man responsible? Jeffrey Woods, the infamous Jeff the Killer. This event didn't just shatter Jane's world, it ignited a flame of hatred within her. This was no fleeting spark. It was a raging inferno, a relentless craving for justice. Jane's every thought, every breath, every heartbeat was consumed by her desire to see Jeffrey Woods pay for his heinous crime. No longer was Jane the popular girl with a bright future. Now she was a woman scorned, a woman wronged, a woman hell-bent on revenge. Jane's hatred for Jeff was as deep as the ocean, as vast as the universe, and as relentless as time itself. The murder of her parents ignited a burning desire for revenge in Jane. In her pursuit of justice, Jane was about to undergo a drastic transformation. In an unprecedented move, the CIA joined the manhunt for Jeffrey Woods, going beyond their usual purview. The elusive killer had become a national security risk, and desperate times called for desperate measures. The CIA, in collaboration with the Department of Justice, embarked on a groundbreaking project, the creation of an anti-killer unit. The American Science Association, seeing the potential, funded the project to the tune of $6.9 million. The infamous serum, codenamed Liquid Hate, was their brainchild. A chemical concoction designed to induce violent episodes, homicidal tendencies, and a sudden normalization. It was a risky venture. More than 24 test subjects succumbed to the serum's lethal effects, but not Jane Richardson. Jane survived. The serum didn't just leave her standing, it enhanced her. She acquired increased strength, stamina, health, speed, and agility. She could heal faster than ever, regenerate lost limbs, and had an increased tolerance to alcohol, drugs, and tobacco. She was faster than a track athlete on steroids, able to take on human appearances, and had an accelerated metabolism. This was not the same Jane Richardson who had once lived a normal life. The serum had transformed her into something more, something formidable. She was ready to hunt down the man who robbed her of her parents and to rid society of its most dangerous elements. Jane Richardson was no more. In her stead stood a formidable adversary for all wrongdoers. Jane Richardson, now known as Jane the Killer, had a new purpose. The once typical girl next door had transformed into an anti-hero, a vigilante with a personal vendetta against evil. Swept up in a world of darkness following the tragic loss of her parents, Jane found herself in a new life she never could have imagined. Emerging from the ashes of her former self, Jane adopted a new identity. She was no longer just Jane Richardson, she was Jane the Killer, a name that sent shivers down the spine of every criminal in the city. She was a force to be reckoned with, a nightmare cloaked in the shadows, always watching, always waiting. In her new life, Jane found a unique path, using her transformation to her advantage. She became a professional assassin, her skills honed and perfected through the trials she had faced. Her net worth skyrocketed, reaching a staggering $222 million. But this wealth was not her motivation. She was driven by a desire for justice, a need to cleanse the world of its darkest elements. Among her arsenal were firearms, her weapons of choice, along with her deadly close combat skills. But perhaps her most formidable weapon was her reputation. Known by many names, Mrs. Richardson, the real Jane the Killer, the black-eyed woman, she had become a symbol of fear for the wicked. Jane the Killer, a beacon of fear for the wicked, continues her relentless pursuit of justice.